Chosen one. Stop scrolling. Heaven has paused your world for this moment. They laughed when you cried. They pointed fingers when you fell. They whispered in secret that you were finished. But heaven never laughed. Heaven wept with you. Every word of mockery thrown against your name did not disappear into the wind it ascended, recorded in the archives of eternity. You thought no one saw the tears, the shaking hands, the sleepless nights, but the courts of heaven were not silent. The judge of all creation leaned forward as angels bore witness to your pain. You were not abandoned, you were observed. Every humiliation became evidence. Every false smile around you became testimony. You have been walking through a season that felt like silence. But silence does not mean absence. You were not buried. Chosen one. You were planted, and when God plants, the soil must close over the seed for a time. They thought your silence was weakness. They thought your fall was final. But what they didn't know is that you were hidden under divine instruction, resting beneath the shadow of almighty preparation. Listen carefully. God is not indifferent to injustice. His patience is not permission. When they laughed, heaven counted. When they mocked, heaven marked. Every word they spoke against you became a brick in the altar. God is now building for your vindication, and that altar made of pain, tears, and faith will soon burn with holy fire for the glory of His name. There are moments in history when heaven shifts from watching to acting. This is one of those moments. You can feel it, can't you? That trembling in your spirit is not fear, it is recognition. Heaven is moving. The same God who heard the cries of the Israelites in Egypt hears yours today. The same God who brought Joseph from the dungeon to the throne is aligning circumstances for your rise. You have endured mockery not because you were weak, but because your destiny frightened those who saw even a glimpse of it. Your light exposed their shadows. Your consistency revealed their instability. And so they laughed, because laughter is the coward's mask for fear. But hear this. Chosen one, God is not mocked. What is sown in cruelty will be reaped in justice. There is a shaking coming not of the earth, but of human pride. Those who mocked will marvel. Those who whispered will watch. For your story is shifting from sorrow to song. Lift your head. Stop rehearsing the betrayal. Stop replaying the laughter. Heaven is no longer silent about your case. God has seen enough. The Lion of Judah is rising with fury in his eyes and love in his heart. For you are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are the living proof that divine patience does not equal divine neglect. We are reminded through the writings of David in the Psalms. Chapter 37, verse 13. The Lord laughs at the wicked, for He sees their day coming. That day is now approaching. The ones who laughed will see the fire of divine reversal. God is not coming to explain, He is coming to demonstrate. The laughter that mocked you will become the background music to your victory. You will rise, not in arrogance, but in radiant humility, proof that grace always outruns mockery. Every tear you shed was a seed, and now the harvest comes in glory. Heaven's timing is perfect, and soon the very mouths that cursed you will declare, surely God was with them. End 1. Even now, angels are arranging divine appointments in your favor. Doors you could not open will swing wide before you. You will walk through rooms that once rejected you, carrying peace, authority, and light. Your story is shifting from hidden pain to holy power, and nothing can stop it. So lift your spirit, straighten your crown, wipe the dust of despair off your shoulders. Heaven has issued a decree. Enough. This is not coincidence. This is divine intervention. You are standing at the turning point of your story. If this message resonates in your spirit, it's because heaven intended you to hear it. Your name has been spoken in the throne room. The same God who numbered your tears is about to number your triumphs. Type 777 inches, the comments as a prophetic act, symbol of divine completion, covenant, and restoration. And if your heart bears witness, like, share, and subscribe, so this word can reach every other chosen one who has been mocked and is now on the edge of their divine reversal. Your laughter is coming, chosen one, and this time, heaven will laugh with you. You wondered why heaven stayed silent when your heart was breaking. You prayed and heard nothing. You cried and saw no sign. Every delay became a question. Did God forget me? But chosen one, what you called silence was strategy. Divine timing is never hurried, never hesitant. God's quiet is not indifference, it is calculation. There are moments when heaven hides its hand, not because it is absent, but because the stage is not yet set. You see only days and hours, but God sees the full tapestry, the end from the beginning. You cried, "Why are they prospering while I'm in pain?" Yet heaven whispered back, "Because I am not done refining you." You were never denied. You were being prepared. Every closed door, every unanswered prayer was a sacred delay, an orchestration of protection. If God had given you what you asked for when you asked, it might have destroyed what He planned for you. His love delays what His mercy cannot yet reveal. Beloved, the delay was not punishment. It was preservation. Like a seed beneath the soil, you had to be kept in darkness before you could reach for light. They thought the silence meant your story was over. But in reality, the author was simply writing the next chapter in secret. Heaven often hides what it values most. When God delays, He is never doing nothing. While you were waiting, angels were moving. While you were crying, foundations were being laid. The silence that haunted you was filled with activity you could not see. You wanted a sign. Heaven was building a stage. And soon, that stage will hold your victory for the world to witness. There is a sacred principle written across the pages of eternity. God's promises may be delayed, but they are never denied. Abraham waited decades for his promised son. Joseph waited years in prison. David waited between anointing and crown. You too are in that divine waiting room, and every second of it is holy. Listen, God does not forget His word. The promise still breathes, even when you felt forgotten. Heaven still had your name engraved upon its palms. Your prayers did not disappear into the sky. They gathered in bowls of remembrance, waiting for the appointed time to pour. You thought the delay was a sign of distance, but what if it was an invitation to come closer? Sometimes God hides not to punish, but to pull you into pursuit. He wanted your attention not just for the miracle, but for the intimacy behind it. You have been stretched, but not shattered. You have been tested, but not destroyed. Every delay has been discipline, shaping destiny. The enemy mocked your waiting, but heaven smiled at your endurance. Because in your waiting, your faith matured, your patience became power, Heaven speaks clearly through the words in Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 9. Know that the Lord your God is God, the faithful God, keeping his covenant of love to 1,000 generations of those who love him and keep his commandments. That is your assurance. Chosen one. God's faithfulness is not seasonal, it is eternal. While you wondered if the delay meant he had changed his mind, he was proving that his covenant is unbreakable. His not yet was never a no. And do you understand now why he waited? Because what is coming must carry weight. The promise over your life is not fragile, it is generational. You are not just being blessed for yourself, you are being positioned to become a blessing. And blessings of that magnitude require foundations of endurance. Heaven was never late. It was aligning time with purpose. If God moved too soon, it would have been wasted on unready hearts. So he allowed the clock to tick, not to torment you, but to synchronize you with his perfect will. Look back. Chosen one. Can you see now how every disappointment redirected you, how every delay deepened your dependence? That is divine design. God used time itself as a teacher. The very seasons that tried to break you were sculpting the strength you now carry. Do not despise the delay. Rejoice in it, because the same God who delayed Joseph's release from prison did it only so Pharaoh's dream would align with Joseph's freedom. Timing matters more than talent. And your timing, God's timing, is about to collide with destiny. You were not forgotten in the waiting. You were fortified. Every day you kept believing. Every night you whispered, "Still, I trust you," became a declaration echoing in heaven. You were never waiting for God to move. He was waiting for you to mature into what he promised. The silence is breaking now. You will soon look back and say, "If God had answered earlier, I would have settled for less." The divine delay has made you dangerous to darkness and precious to heaven. Be still. Chosen one. The time that once felt wasted is about to become your greatest testimony. You will soon see why heaven made you wait. There were days when you looked around and wondered, why me? Why did God allow you to walk through rejection while others thrived? Why did he let you feel unseen, unheard, and uncelebrated? But chosen one, the answer hides in the sacred mystery of refinement. You were not being punished, you were being purified. In the furnace of isolation, your heart was being reshaped. Heaven uses pain not to destroy, but to define. You asked for purpose, but purpose cannot come to the untested. God could not give you influence without first anchoring you in humility. He could not give you power without first teaching you surrender. Every tear became liquid training. Every betrayal was a classroom. They thought your silence meant weakness, but silence was your strength under construction. Heaven does not waste suffering, it refines through it. You were being trained in the language of stillness, learning to recognize God not in thunder or earthquake, but in the gentle whisper of his presence. Your hidden season was sacred. It was in the shadows that your roots grew deep, while others were shining in public. You were growing in private. You were learning endurance while others were chasing applause. And that is why you will last when others fade. God hides his most valuable vessels until the time of unveiling. The Spirit spoke through the prophet Jeremiah. Chapter 18, verse 6. Like clay in the hand of the potter, so are you in my hand, O house of Israel. You were that clay, being pressed, shaped, and stretched It hurt to be molded. But had he released you too soon, the vessel would have cracked under glory. You felt broken. But in truth, you were becoming. The potter never wastes pressure. Every squeeze was a sign of his intention to use you. Do you remember the moments you felt abandoned? Heaven was closer than ever. The silence you hated was the stillness before transformation. Butterflies are silent in their cocoons, not because they are dead, but because they are changing. You, too, were changing. And now, heaven whispers, the season of hiding is ending. You are stepping out, not as the wounded one, but as the refined one. The same people who laughed will look again, and this time, they will not recognize you, because the glory resting on your life will speak louder than every rumor. Your process was holy. Every loss carved wisdom. Every delay deposited strength. And every lonely night added a new dimension of compassion. You will now comfort others with the same comfort that once rescued you. Your scars will become maps for those still wandering through darkness. This is the secret of the chosen. They rise not because life is easy, but because God is faithful. You carry something that was forged in fire, and that is why your presence will shift atmospheres. You no longer just believe in miracles, you are one. Remember, the same furnace that destroys straw purifies gold. Your pain revealed what could not be burned away. Your calling, it stripped away the superficial until only purpose remained. And now, heaven is preparing to unveil you before the world. This is why the delay had to happen. You were not ready then, but you are ready now. The humility that came through heartbreak has become your protection. The endurance that came through waiting has become your weapon. You are not who you were before the fire, and that is exactly the point. Chosen one. The refining is over. You are stepping into the season of revealing. What once felt like a cage is now revealed as a cocoon. The breaking you endured was not the end. It was the beginning of a metamorphosis. The world will soon witness. If this word stirs something inside you, declare it aloud. I am becoming. Now, go to the comments and type, I rise now. Let those words be more than text. Let them become prophecy over your life. When you type it, you are agreeing with heaven's declaration that your refining season is over, and your rising season has begun. You have survived what was meant to silence you. And because of that, your voice carries authority. The heavens recognize your endurance. Hell recognizes your resilience. And the earth will soon recognize your radiance. Your story is no longer one of survival. It is the testimony of transformation. God didn't just restore you. He rebuilt you stronger, wiser, and ready for destiny. The waiting, the weeping, the wondering, all of it was worth it. The clay has become a vessel of glory. The hidden has become the chosen. And now, heaven watches with pride as you step forward, shining not for applause, but for purpose. You are no longer asking, why me? You are declaring, now, me. You can feel it now, can't you? Chosen one, the air around you has shifted. Something unseen is stirring. What once felt heavy has begun to lift. Heaven's silence has turned into motion. There is a trembling in the spirit realm because heaven's anger has awakened not against you, but for you. For too long, injustice has gone unchecked. The same mouths that mocked your obedience have grown bold in their defiance. They thought God was asleep while they lied about you, used you, and laughed at your pain. But the patience of heaven has reached its appointed limit. Mercy does not sleep. But even mercy has boundaries when truth is trampled. You have endured quietly. You chose forgiveness when rage called your name. You walked away instead of retaliating, and heaven took note. Every time you remained silent when you could have spoken vengeance. God stored your restraint as a weapon in his arsenal. Every tear you shed became fuel for divine justice. There is a moment in every story when the author rises to defend the innocent, and that moment has come. God's anger is not the fury of chaos, but the fire of righteousness. It is the holy response to evil that refuses to repent. And now that fire is burning in defense of the chosen ones who were mocked, betrayed, and cast aside, you were not weak for enduring, you were wise. Because now, heaven fights for you. And when heaven fights, no force can withstand its verdict. The mockery that once echoed in secret will now fall silent under the weight of divine correction. Those who laughed at your downfall will witness their own foundations shake. Do not rejoice in their pain. Chosen one, rejoice that justice has finally spoken. God's anger is not for your entertainment, it is for your vindication. You are not being lifted to gloat, but to glorify. The same power that defends you now also redeems those who mocked, should they choose repentance. That is how perfect his justice is. It judges and invites mercy all at once. Heaven's movements are precise. When divine anger rises, it does not lash out randomly. It locates every false word spoken against you, every action born of malice, every secret plot whispered in the dark, and exposes it to the light of truth. Nothing remains hidden when God stands to defend his own. The voice of God thundered in the book of Exodus, chapter 14, verse 14. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. And that is your instruction. Beloved, be still, not passive, but trusting. You are not being asked to prove your innocence. Heaven has already done it. The courtroom of eternity has reached its verdict. The judge of all the earth has declared, enough. And this is not the time to explain yourself. Those who refused to see your heart before will see it through the evidence of divine reversal. God's anger is not a storm you run from. It is the wind that will carry you into destiny. Stand still and watch as the same forces that tried to destroy you are repurposed to lift you higher. You may feel compassion for those who wronged you, and that is good. It proves that the refining did not make you bitter, only better. God can trust those who remain merciful, even when vindicated. That is why the blessing that follows will be permanent. It is built upon a purified heart. In this hour, heaven is not just defending you, it is restoring the balance of spiritual order. The mockery against you was not just about you, it was rebellion against the light you carry. Those who mocked did not understand that when they laughed at you, they laughed at the assignment upon your life. And heaven takes that personally. You are about to see divine anger expressed as divine favor. The same spiritual energy that once shielded you in silence is now moving as open defense. The God who fought unseen will now act in sight. People will ask, how did everything suddenly change? And you will know it was not coincidence, but consequence. Stay humble in this rise. Chosen one, the moment of vindication is holy ground. You are walking into a season where God's justice and mercy intertwine. He will correct, restore, and elevate all in one breath. You will not need to prove anything. for his actions will speak louder than any explanation ever could. The shift has begun. Chosen one. You can almost feel it under your feet, like the ground itself is preparing to carry you differently. The winds that once pushed against you are now turning behind you, lifting you forward. Heaven is rearranging everything. The tables are about to turn. For so long, you sat at empty tables, surrounded by those who only took from you your energy, your kindness, your trust. You served love, and they served laughter. You offered loyalty, and they answered with silence. But God saw every meal where your kindness was mocked, and now He is preparing a new table, one built not by hands, but by heaven. Imagine it, a grand feast set in the open. Your name carved into the chair that once belonged to shame. The very ones who whispered that you would never rise will have to watch you dine in peace. Not because God is cruel, but because He is faithful. Vindication is not vengeance, it's restoration. The reversal is coming in quiet waves. You may not notice it at first, but soon, everything that once seemed against you will begin to shift in your favor. The same people who overlooked you will begin to remember your name. The same doors that shut you out will swing wide. The laughter that once echoed behind your back will be replaced by whispers of awe. We are reminded through the writings of David in the Psalms, chapter 23, verse 5. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. That overflowing cup, oh, chosen one, it is your portion now. You will not chase validation. It will find you. You will not need to prove your worth. Your fruit will speak louder than any defense. This is how God turns tables, not with noise, but with evidence. Heaven's justice is poetic. When the tables turn, they do not crash, they rotate with grace. The same soil that buried you now becomes the ground of your blooming. Every no you heard becomes fertilizer for your yes. You see, God never wastes rejection. He recycles it into redirection. You've walked through the valley of humiliation, but that valley was a corridor leading to revelation. What you lost was only what could not stay for where you're going. Every delay has been building the platform you will soon stand on. Every tear watered the very garden you are about to walk through. There's a beauty in this kind of divine irony, how God uses what hurt you to heal you, how He turns mockery into melody. You are about to laugh again, not with bitterness, but with wonder, because when God restores, He doesn't just repair, He redefines. You may not see it yet, but people are watching. There are silent witnesses observing your endurance. They saw you fall, but now they will see you rise, not for fame, but for testimony. Your rise is not about spotlight, it's about reflection. Through you, others will see what grace looks like when it walks through fire and doesn't burn. Chosen one. When that moment comes, and it will remember to stay gentle. The table God is setting before you is not just for celebration, it's for ministry. You will feed others with the lessons your pain taught you. You will become living proof that endurance is not in vain. As you listen to these words, let gratitude fill your heart. You are part of something sacred, a divine reversal, orchestrated by hands unseen. When the world sees your rise, they will not just see success, they will see salvation's story in motion. If this message stirs your spirit, don't keep it to yourself. like a lamp set upon a hill. It shines brightest when shared. Press like, not for numbers, but as a silent amen to heaven's promise. Share this word not to boast, but to bless. And if your heart has found peace here, subscribe. Stay connected to this flow of light so your soul never walks in isolation again. Because this isn't just a message, it's a movement of divine awakening. Every time you engage, you're helping another weary heart. Remember that God still turns tables. Somewhere, someone is scrolling through despair, waiting to hear what you've just heard. Your small act might be the spark that reignites their hope. You, chosen one, are part of the restoration story. The laughter that wounded you will become laughter redeemed. The mockery that haunted you will become melody in your mouth. The God who saw you serve at empty tables is now inviting you to feast at his own. The tables have turned. The oil is flowing. And your cup, it's already overflowing. Chosen one. Look at yourself, not with the eyes of pain, but through the vision of heaven. You've walked through fire and didn't burn. You've been buried in seasons of silence and still emerged, breathing faith. You are no longer who you were when this battle began. You are marked by fire. There's a difference between those who've heard about storms and those who've survived them. You carry the fragrance of endurance, the quiet authority that only the refined can hold. Heaven has written something on your spirit, something the world cannot erase. You are proof that suffering cannot destroy what God has anointed. The trials that once terrified you were not meant to end you. They were meant to mark you. You thought you were losing everything. But what you were truly losing was the version of yourself that could not carry the next season. Every flame, every test, every tear, these were heaven's instruments of transformation. As Jesus himself declared in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 14, "You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden." Oh, that is who you are now, a city built upon survival. You shine not because life has been easy, but because you chose to stay lit in the dark. Every attack that tried to extinguish you only taught you how to burn brighter. You are light with history, fire-tested faith, glory wrapped in scars. There's something unshakable about those who've walked through fire and found God in the flames. You have discovered a dimension of him that comfort alone could never teach. You have felt the heat. Yet instead of hatred, you found holiness. Instead of bitterness, you found purpose. You didn't just survive, you were sanctified. Chosen one. When people look at you now, they won't understand the quiet authority you carry. That's because they didn't see what you endured in private. They saw the ashes, not the anointing. They saw your breaking, not your becoming. But heaven saw everything. And heaven never forgets the sound of a soul that refused to surrender. You have been marked. Heaven recognizes you now, not by your pain, but by your persistence. The fire didn't destroy you because it was sent to define you. You are the kind of vessel that the enemy fears, because your faith is no longer fragile. You have been through too much to ever doubt God's faithfulness again. And so, the next time the enemy tries to remind you of your past, smile. You have already stood in fire and lived. What could possibly scare you now? Every flame that once threatened to consume you has now become your crown. You wear resilience like armor. You walk in peace that confuses darkness. Remember this, the mark of fire is not the burn. It's the glow. It's the quiet confidence that says, I've been through the worst, and I still believe. It's the radiant humility that tells heaven, you can trust me with more. It's the light that terrifies darkness, not because it's loud, but because it's steady. Your story is no longer a tragedy, it's a torch. Others will find their way through their night by the light you now carry. What once hurt you will now heal others. What once broke you will now build them. That's what it means to be chosen. You become a living sermon without even speaking. But do not forget, chosen one, that your mark is sacred. Guard it. Do not dim your flame for the comfort of those still afraid of their own fire. You are not meant to blend in with the ashes. You are meant to burn with divine distinction. The world needs your light. Heaven placed it there for a reason. So, when this message touches your spirit, respond not as a listener, but as a living ember. Go to the comments and type 888, a prophetic number of new beginnings, resurrection, and divine alignment. By doing so, you're declaring, my fire is not fading, it's just beginning to blaze anew. And that simple act is more than digital interaction, it's agreement. You're saying, I will no longer hide the light born from my suffering. I will no longer apologize for the glow that came from God's refining fire. And the number you type becomes a seal between your endurance and your elevation. Heaven watches such declarations. Angels record them as witness statements of faith. You are not walking out of this season empty-handed. You are walking out crowned with flames. Every scar now shines with purpose. Every loss now hums with redemption. You are no longer waiting for restoration. You are restoration. Chosen one. Your fire has not gone unnoticed. Heaven has seen, hell has trembled, and earth will soon applaud. The mark you bear is proof. God does not waste pain. They thought your laughter had ended. They mistook your quiet for defeat, your stillness for surrender. But heaven had other plans. What they didn't realize, chosen one, is that silence is not absence, it's strategy. While they celebrated your supposed ending, God was orchestrating a divine beginning. Now, the laughter of the wicked has reached its expiration. Every mockery that echoed in the dark has been weighed on heaven's scales. The time of unchecked arrogance is over. The same mouths that ridiculed your hope will soon taste the bitterness of their own words. Not because you demanded revenge, but because divine justice cannot be mocked forever. There is a sound in the spirit right now, a great reversal stirring. It's the sound of divine laughter, not cruel or cold, but triumphant. The laughter of heaven is not mocking, it's victorious. It declares that truth has prevailed, that deception has reached its end. You, who once were the subject of ridicule, are now the reason heaven rejoices. It was proclaimed in the second letter to Timothy, chapter 2, verse 19. Nevertheless, the foundation of God stands firm, sealed with this inscription: the Lord knows those who are his. No, that is the anchor of your peace. Chosen one. He knows. When no one believed you, he knew your heart. When you were falsely accused, he knew your innocence. When you stood alone, he knew your loyalty. And now, what was hidden in private will be honored in public. The laughter that rose against you will be silenced by the evidence of his favor. The wicked laugh when they think time is on their side. They mistake delay for denial, mercy for weakness, but time is heaven's weapon. God allows arrogance to grow only long enough to become its own undoing. Pride always plants seeds it cannot harvest. Every act of mockery against you was a seed that now grows into exposure. But you, beloved, do not rejoice in their fall. Rejoice in your rise. Because God's justice always has two sides, one that humbles and one that heals. What breaks the proud lifts the faithful. You are being lifted, not in loudness, but in light. God's laughter is the sound of mercy, returning to those who endured injustice without losing compassion. Look around you. The atmosphere is shifting. Conversations are changing. The same people who dismissed you will begin to ask for your wisdom. The same rooms that once shut their doors will now make space for your voice. Heaven has issued a reversal decree. And the first sign of it will be silence, the sudden, awkward silence of those who once mocked, but now cannot explain your rising. That is divine irony, the transformation of mockery into reverence. God delights in turning ridicule into recognition, not because he craves applause, but because his glory is revealed when redemption wins. You will not need to defend yourself. Chosen one, your peace will be your statement. Your endurance will be your evidence. The laughter of the wicked always echoes, loudest before it ends. It's the final noise of pride before humility arrives. And humility always comes. Every tongue that mocked you is now accountable to the truth it once denied. Heaven's record is thorough. Not one careless word escapes divine remembrance. But this is not vengeance, it's vindication. There's a sacred calm that comes when you realize you no longer need to react. You don't need to correct rumors or chase validation. You simply exist in the peace of knowing that God himself has taken your case. The same people who questioned, "Where is their God?" will soon whisper, "Surely, God was with them all along." The laughter that once hurt you will no longer sting. It will sound distant, irrelevant, because you have outgrown the battlefield where those words once mattered. You are walking into higher ground, where noise cannot reach and shadows cannot linger. Let this truth settle deeply into you. Divine vindication doesn't shout. It shines. It walks quietly through closed doors and leaves trails of glory in its wake. You are now entering that stage, the season where light itself becomes your language. Chosen one, don't look back. Don't turn your head to count who's watching or who's sorry. Keep walking. Let the silence of your strength speak for you. Heaven is laughing now, not at them, but for you, because the story that once brought you to your knees is now the story that will bring others to their feet. So rest. The laughter of the wicked has ended, and the song of the redeemed has begun. There comes a point, chosen one, when the hidden work of heaven can no longer remain unseen. The season of concealment shifts to a season of revelation. That is where you now stand between secrecy and showing, between quiet obedience and public reward. Heaven has begun to unveil what it has long been perfecting in silence. You have waited through mockery, walked through fire, and endured seasons of misunderstanding. But God never intended for you to remain in the shadows forever. There is a divine principle written across the ages. What is done in secret will be rewarded in the open. When heaven vindicates, it does so unmistakably. No voice on earth can drown out the sound of God's now. Then, you see, when God rewards, it does not do so quietly. His rewards are not subtle gestures, they are divine announcements. The very things that humiliated you will become the stage for your elevation. Your rejection will turn into recognition. Your pain will transform into power. And those who once doubted your calling will stand in awe as heaven confirms it publicly. According to what is revealed in the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 35, "The wise shall inherit glory, but shame shall be the legacy of fools." End of T. That verse is not merely poetry, it is prophecy. You are the wise one who chose to remain faithful when others chose foolishness. You stayed grounded in integrity when compromise looked easier. You prayed when silence pressed against your faith. And now, glory is coming, not as a reward for perfection, but as fruit from perseverance. Heaven's vindication is never petty, it is purposeful. God doesn't lift you to prove a point, He lifts you to fulfill a promise. Your rise is not for entertainment, it's for testimony. When people see your breakthrough, they will also see His character. When they hear your story, they will not just remember your name, they will remember His mercy. Vindication is never about, "Look at me." It is always about, "Look what God has done." You are being positioned to become evidence, proof that endurance is never wasted and faith is never forgotten. You endured the laughter so heaven could now show the world what divine loyalty looks like. When God brings you into this season, it will not require effort. The doors will open naturally. The same spaces that once seemed impossible will suddenly make room for you. You won't need to shout or strive. You will simply walk through what heaven already unlocked. This is the grace of public reward. It flows. It doesn't force, but be mindful. Chosen one. Vindication is both blessing and test. When the spotlight of favor shines, pride often waits in the shadows. Do not let the applause of men drown out the whisper of the Spirit. The same humility that sustained you in hiddenness must now anchor you in visibility. The purpose of this season is not to display your greatness, but to reveal His goodness through you. You will notice how peace surrounds you differently now. The anxiety that once followed you has lost its grip. The same words that used to wound you no longer have weight. That's the mark of true vindication. It not only changes what people see, it transforms what you feel. You no longer live in defense mode. You live in demonstration mode. Your name will begin to carry weight in conversations where you were once dismissed. Not because of manipulation, but because of manifestation. Heaven will cause your work, your presence, and your words to bear fruit that cannot be denied. This is what it means when God says, "I will prepare a table before you." He is not only inviting you to the table, He is letting others witness who He invited. And those who mocked you, some will watch in silence. Others will repent. And a few will even reach out to you. Treat them all with grace. Remember, vindication is not a crown to wear, it is a mantle to carry. You are being entrusted with visibility so that others can find hope through your story. This is what heaven's public reward looks like, not a shout of triumph, but a steady unveiling of truth. No human hand can rush or resist it. The same God who allowed them to see your fall now commands them to witness your restoration. Chosen one. Walk humbly in this moment. You are not the same person who once wept in the dark. You have been changed by fire, shaped by patience, and crowned by mercy. Heaven has not merely restored you, it has revealed you. The light that now shines on you is not borrowed, it is born from within, refined through every trial you survived. The time of hiding has ended. You are the evidence of endurance. Heaven's vindication is already unfolding. You can feel it, can't you? Chosen one, the air around your life carries a sense of expectancy. What was delayed is now aligning. Heaven is not guessing, it is governing. The season of prophetic justice is unfolding, and you are standing in the middle of it. Everything that once felt lost is quietly finding its way back to you. Multiplied, purified, and destined. There is no chaos in this divine unfolding. What looks like disorder to the natural eye is perfect choreography to heaven. Every shift, every sudden turn, every closed door was part of a holy pattern woven by hands that never make mistakes. What seemed like random pain was actually precise preparation. Prophetic justice is not merely about restoration, it is about redemption. God is not returning what was taken, He is rewriting the meaning of what was lost. The years that were stolen from you will not only be replaced, they will be redeemed. The same seasons that tried to bury you will now become the ground from which your harvest grows. As the prophet Joel declared in the sacred text, chapter 2, verse 25, I will restore to you the years the locusts have eaten, the cankerworm, the caterpillar, and the palmer worm, my great army sent among you. That verse now breathes over your story. Shame is being traded for substance. Disgrace is being exchanged for delight. Every moment of humiliation you endured was a seed heaven planted for a double harvest. You are walking into a divine equation that multiplies every loss into legacy. Chosen one. The Spirit of God is balancing the scales. What once seemed uneven is now being corrected. Those who took without remorse will return what they never meant to. People who ignored you will find themselves convicted to honor you. Opportunities that bypassed you will circle back, guided by unseen hands. This is not wishful thinking, it is divine law. Justice delayed is never justice denied in heaven's economy. God may allow the clock to tick longer than you expect, but He never lets it strike past His appointed hour. The moment of manifestation comes exactly when your spirit is mature enough to steward the blessing without pride. Your story is turning now. But notice this, it's not turning through noise or chaos, it's turning through peace. You will wake up one morning and realize that everything feels lighter. The opposition has quieted, the confusion has lifted, and what once tormented your thoughts no longer has authority. That is the first sign of prophetic justice, the silence of completed warfare. It is not always about enemies being punished. Sometimes it's about your heart being healed. Justice isn't only external, it's internal. Heaven doesn't just balance the scales of circumstance, it restores the balance of your soul. You are being made whole in the very places where you were broken. Prophetic justice is also generational. The pain you endured has interrupted a cycle. What tried to stop your bloodline stops with you. Heaven used your endurance as a legal declaration that the curse is cancelled. Your obedience became the door through which future generations will walk free. When divine justice unfolds, it feels like peace after thunder, soft, steady, undeniable. It's not about revenge, it's about revelation. You will look back on those who harmed you and realize you no longer wish them harm. That is the truest sign of vindication. When you are finally free to bless what once broke you, the ground beneath your feet is shifting in your favor. You have entered the hour when invisible promises become visible fruit. What was prophesied long ago is now materializing, not as fragments, but as fullness. You will no longer live on survival, it is time to live on overflow. And when this word reaches the core of your spirit, pause for a moment. Let the truth sink in. You are no longer waiting for justice, Justice is walking toward you. Now, go to the comments and type, "I receive it." Do it not as a ritual, but as a prophetic act. By writing those 3 words, you are agreeing with heaven's verdict over your life. You are saying, "I believe what God promised me is unfolding now." It's not superstition, it's synchronization. Your declaration becomes an echo of faith that heaven amplifies. Every word you speak in alignment with God's justice draws it closer. When you type it, imagine yourself standing before the throne, nodding in agreement as heaven releases your recompense. The act is simple, but the meaning is eternal. You are receiving what was always yours. Chosen one, lift your heart. You have endured the night, and the dawn is already here. Prophetic justice is not coming. Someday it is happening, even as you breathe these words. The scales are balanced. The record is cleared, and your name, once whispered in mockery, is now being spoken in reverence before heaven's throne. There is a glow around you now. Chosen one, a radiance not of pride, but of power. The kind of power that doesn't shout, doesn't boast, yet unsettles every shadow it encounters. You have become what darkness fears most, a quiet flame that refuses to die. The same fire that once threatened to consume you has now become your strength. You don't realize it yet, but your resilience has shifted the atmosphere around you. Every time you chose faith instead of fear, every time you forgave instead of retaliating, heaven added another layer of light to your spirit. Now, even when you walk into a room, something invisible changes. Hope breathes easier. Anxiety loses grip. You are the evidence that God's light can live in human form. The Word of God declares in the book of John, chapter 1, verse 5, "The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it." That is not just a verse. Chosen one, it is your biography. You have walked through night seasons that others could not endure. You have faced storms that should have swallowed you whole. Yet here you are, not just alive, but illuminated. You have become the living fulfillment of that promise, a light that darkness cannot comprehend, cannot copy, and cannot kill. You are not just surviving, you are glowing, and that glow is divine. It is the light of understanding, compassion, and wisdom that can only come through pain endured with purpose. You have seen too much to ever return to ignorance, and you have lost too much to ever take light for granted again. But with this light comes a new responsibility to shine without apology. The world will not always celebrate the light bearers. Some will misunderstand you. Others will resist you. Yet, light never argues with darkness. It simply shines until the shadows run out of places to hide. That is your mission now, not to fight with words, but to outshine with presence. This is what it means to carry an anointing that terrifies darkness. It's not about confrontation, it's about consistency. Darkness trembles not when you shout, but when you stay peaceful. It loses power when you refuse to match its chaos. You are no longer reacting, you are reigning. That's what light does. It rules without rage. And as you listen to this, you might feel something stirring inside, a quiet conviction, a sense that you were born for more than mere existence. You were meant to ignite others. The flame within you was never meant to be kept small. It was meant to spread. Imagine this moment as a lantern being lifted higher, its light spilling across a field of weary souls. Somewhere out there, Someone is still trapped in the shadows you once escaped. They are waiting for a light to show them the way. You are that light. If this message reaches deep into your heart, let it move through you. Press like, not as a routine, but as a spark of agreement, your silent way of saying, yes, this light lives in me. Share this message as a torch passed forward, because somewhere, someone's night is too long, and your flame might be the one that guides them home. And if this space has become a place where your faith breathes freely, where your spirit feels seen, then subscribe. Not out of obligation, but out of alignment, so that each word, each whisper of truth finds you when you need it most. Think of it not as following a channel, but as staying near a fire that keeps your soul warm in a cold world, because every flame needs fuel, every light needs community. When you engage, you aren't just supporting a message, you're sustaining a movement of light bearers. Each act of connection keeps the fire alive, spreading warmth where darkness once reigned. Chosen one, you are part of something bigger now. This isn't about fame, it's about faith. It's not about visibility, it's about vitality. You are one spark in a constellation of souls being lit by divine design. Heaven is weaving you into its tapestry of redemption, a network of lights across the earth, glowing quietly, powerfully, endlessly. So keep shining, keep rising, keep reminding darkness that it never wins, because you are living proof of what heaven can do when someone refuses to give up. And remember this, the world doesn't need perfect people, it needs lit ones. There is a holy silence that falls over those who once mocked you, not the silence of peace, but the silence of awe. For a long time, they spoke freely, judging what they didn't understand, laughing at what they couldn't comprehend. They thought your hope was foolish, your endurance wasted. But now, they cannot find words. The transformation unfolding in your life is beyond explanation. It is not the kind of change that can be reasoned away or dismissed as luck. It carries the fragrance of heaven, the unmistakable mark of divine authorship. What is happening around you now is not coincidence, it is confirmation. Heaven is revealing that the one they laughed at was never losing, they were learning. Those who mocked you will marvel, not because you sought revenge, but because your peace will preach louder than their ridicule ever did. You won't need to say, "I told you so." Your stability will say it for you. Your calm will be your crown. The apostle reminds us in his letter to the Romans, chapter 8, verse 31, "If God is for us, who can be against us?" Those words are echoing through your present moment. Every false judgment, every hidden accusation, every whisper of doubt now falls silent under the weight of divine evidence. When God lifts someone, no opinion can pull them down. Your rise is not about proving yourself, it's about revealing Him. Heaven's strategy has always been subtle, yet unstoppable. When God exalts, He doesn't do it through noise, but through undeniable fruit. And that's what's happening now. The same people who doubted you are seeing results that cannot be denied. Doors that were once sealed are opening without keys. Favor that was withheld is now overflowing. There is no argument against divine timing. Chosen one, you don't have to explain your rise. The explanation is written all over your endurance. Every act of quiet faith was a seed. And this is your harvest season. What you planted in tears is now blooming in beauty. The laughter that once cut deep has become background noise to the sound of your breakthrough. It's strange how quickly perspective changes. The same mouths that said, "You'll never make it," now whisper, "How did they do it?" And deep down, you know it wasn't you. It was grace. It was the hand of a faithful God who never stopped believing in you. Even when you doubted yourself, you are walking in what others said was impossible. And that's exactly why they're silent. Because they cannot understand a story written by heaven's hand. They see the outcome, but not the process. The nights of wrestling, the days of tears, the countless moments when you chose obedience over comfort. But heaven saw, heaven recorded, and heaven rewards. This moment is not about pride, it's about purpose. God didn't elevate you to flaunt your victory. He elevated you to demonstrate His character. You are a walking parable of patience, a living sermon of grace. Through your story, others will see that mockery cannot cancel destiny, and delay cannot deny promise. Sometimes, vindication doesn't look like thunder, it looks like transformation. The ones who laughed at your pain will be forced to witness your peace. The ones who underestimated your potential will now have to acknowledge your progress. And in that holy reversal, you will find something unexpected, compassion. Because when God truly redeems you, He also softens you. You no longer crave applause, nor do you seek revenge. You simply walk in gratitude, aware that it was mercy that lifted you, not merit. Your victory is gentle because it's sacred. Those who mocked will marvel, and not because they're humiliated, but because truth is undeniable. The same God they doubted has written your story in letters too bold to ignore. You are no longer the wounded one in the corner of their conversations. You are the testimony they cannot explain away. Look at your life now. The laughter has faded, but the lesson remains. You have learned what few ever do, that grace is louder than gossip, that faith is stronger than failure, and that when heaven decides to honor someone, the earth must make room. So, walk softly. Chosen one, you have nothing to prove. The proof already walks beside you, breathes through you, and shines from you. The story that once brought you shame now brings God glory. And the people who once laughed will one day say, "Surely the Lord was with them." And your silence is no longer heavy, it is holy. It carries authority. It speaks of survival, transformation, and divine fulfillment. The laughter that once echoed around you has turned into reverent awe, and that, chosen one, is the sound of heaven's vindication. You have fought long enough. Chosen one, you have bled, you have wept, and yet here you are, still standing, still glowing, still believing. The battles you faced were never about destruction, they were about discovery. Through pain, you found purpose. Through loss, you found loyalty. Through the breaking, you found your true self. The season you are stepping into now is not about surviving the storm, it's about wielding the sword forged within it. You are no longer just a survivor, you are a warrior, equipped with the wisdom that can only come from wounds. Heaven has taken your pain and reforged it into power. Every scar you carry now shines as a mark of divine craftsmanship, according to what is revealed in the book of Psalms, chapter 144, verse 1. Blessed be the Lord, my rock, who trains my hands for war and my fingers for battle. No, This was never about your enemies, it was about your training. You thought you were losing strength. But heaven was teaching you strategy. The rejection that cut deep became the resistance that built your resilience. The betrayal that shattered your heart became the pressure that shaped your armor. You didn't just endure the fight, you learned how to stand unshaken in it. Every tear you shed became oil for your anointing. Every disappointment was a drill in disguise. Heaven's training ground is not made of comfort, it's carved through conflict. You have been taught by battle, mentored by pain, and refined by perseverance. That's why the weight you carry now is not burden, it's authority. There are some lessons that can't be learned in peace. They can only be learned in warfare. You discovered that prayer isn't just words, it's a weapon. You learned that worship isn't just a song, it's strategy. You found that silence isn't weakness, it's wisdom. All the things that once hurt you became the very tools God now uses to empower you. Chosen one. Your hands are no longer trembling, they are trained. Your mind is no longer racing, it is ready. You have graduated from survival to strategy. What used to intimidate you now recognizes your strength. The battles that once made you cry now make you confident. You have become what the enemy never expected, a warrior who fights not for victory, but from it, because victory is already yours. You are no longer swinging your sword in panic, you are moving in precision. You have learned when to speak and when to stay silent, when to move forward and when to wait on the Lord. That is what maturity in the Spirit looks like, discernment wrapped in peace. The fire that once frightened you now burns inside you. You are a living flame, steady, unstoppable, purposed. And as you walk into this new season, you will notice something miraculous. You no longer need to chase battles. They now retreat before you. Darkness recognizes when a soul has discovered its true weapon. Every hardship was heaven's classroom. Every heartbreak was a hidden syllabus. You didn't fail, you graduated. You are now walking proof that God can take ashes and forge them into armor, that He can turn tears into tactics, and that no wound is wasted in the hands of the divine. If this word is stirring in your spirit, then mark this moment. Go to the comments and type 444, a prophetic number representing divine protection, angelic alignment, and spiritual foundation. When you write it, you are declaring, "My warfare has purpose, and heaven fights beside me." Oh, it's not superstition, it's symbolism. That number becomes a banner of remembrance, proof that you no longer fight alone. You are acknowledging the divine forces that surround you, unseen but active, guiding and guarding every step you take. Heaven's armies are not just observing you, they are assigned to you. When you type 444, imagine the angels sharpening your sword, heaven reinforcing your shield, and the Spirit whispering, "Keep standing." This is your confirmation that the season of defensive warfare is ending, and the season of offensive victory has begun. Your prayers will carry new authority now. Your words will pierce through confusion. Your presence will disarm chaos. You have become a carrier of order in a world addicted to disorder, and the enemy knows it. That's why he fought you so hard. He knew that once you realized who you were, you would become unstoppable. The battlefield is shifting. You are no longer the wounded warrior crawling to safety. You are the one raising the banner of victory. You are the sound of redemption in motion. You are the echo of resilience that reminds darkness it never wins. Chosen one. Walk boldly. You have been trained for this. The world needs the wisdom your wounds have birthed. Every scar tells a sacred story, and together, they form the armor of someone who cannot be defeated. Your warfare has become your worship. Your pain has become your prophecy. And now, your victory will become your legacy. Heaven has been watching. Chosen one, every accusation, every false word, every unjust judgment, none of it went unnoticed. For a long time, it seemed like those who mocked you prospered while you suffered. It looked as though their lies carried more weight than your truth. But heaven's courtroom has never been silent. It has simply been gathering evidence. And now, the verdict is being written. There are divine moments in time when heaven stops observing and begins ruling. You have reached that moment. The gavel is descending, not in anger, but in alignment. The same God who heard Abel's blood cry from the ground has heard your silent prayers. The courtroom of eternity has opened its books, and your name is being cleared. Heaven's justice is different from human justice. It doesn't need witnesses, it already has them. The angels who stood beside you when you wept in secret are testifying now. The tears you shed have been translated into legal documents in the spirit realm. What people thought they got away with has already reached the judge of all creation, and his decision is final. The voice of God thundered once through the prophet Isaiah. Chapter 54, verse 17. No weapon that is formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that rises against you in judgment you shall condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and their righteousness is from me, says the Lord. Lo, that declaration is not just ancient, it is active. It lives and breathes over your life right now. Every scheme designed to harm you is collapsing under the weight of divine authority. Every false word that tried to stain your name is now being reversed. Where there was slander, there will be silence. Where there was rejection, there will be recognition. The court of heaven has ruled in your favor. You must understand, chosen one, that vindication is not revenge, it's restoration of truth. When heaven declares you righteous, it does not humiliate your accusers, it elevates the truth beyond their reach. The goal of divine judgment is never destruction, it is correction. Some will fall under conviction. Others will finally see who you truly were all along. God's verdict carries consequences, but also mercy. The same light that exposes also invites repentance. Those who mocked you still have a window to turn back, to seek the same grace that kept you standing. But their decision will not delay yours. The scales have already tipped. Justice is not pending, it's active. In this divine courtroom, the evidence against you has been erased by mercy's hand. The record that once accused you is now sealed under grace. You have been found faithful. You have been found obedient. And now, you are being found ready to walk free of false burdens, ready to speak without fear, ready to rise without apology. This verdict is not just spiritual, it will manifest in the natural. Those who lied about you will have to live long enough to see the truth honor your name. The same platforms that once spread falsehoods will carry your testimony. The reversal will not be hidden, it will be undeniable. But even in this victory, keep your heart soft. The most powerful response to divine vindication is humility. The temptation to prove your innocence is over. God has already done it better than any defense you could offer. Let His justice speak for you. Do not waste energy trying to correct the narrative. Time will do that for you. As the truth rises, Deception will crumble under its own weight. You will simply walk forward, untouched by the ashes of what once was. This is your moment of release. Chosen one. The sentence of silence is over. The evidence of endurance has spoken. You are free. The very courts of heaven have declared it so. You are stepping into a realm where your peace is your proof. Your calm is your crown, and your integrity is your inheritance. Every storm that tried to destroy your name has become part of the testimony that now glorifies God. What they meant for humiliation has become your elevation. The whispers that once haunted you have been drowned out by the sound of divine affirmation. So, stand tall, not as the accused, but as the acquitted. You carry heaven's seal now, a mark not of perfection, but of perseverance. You have endured the trial. You have stood through the verdict. And now you will walk in the freedom of vindication. Let this truth settle deep within you. Your reputation is no longer your responsibility, it's God's masterpiece. And He has painted it with the colors of grace, strength, and undeniable favor. The courtroom doors are closing now. The judge has risen. The sentence of shame has been lifted. Heaven has ruled. And the ruling is final. You are free. You are chosen. And you are covered. The ashes still cling to your feet. Chosen one. But look closer. They are no longer marks of ruin. They are proof of resurrection. What once symbolized your ending now becomes the foundation of your new beginning. You have been crowned amid the ashes. Heaven has taken what was meant to humiliate you and turned it into honor. You see, crowns are not given in moments of ease. They are forged in seasons of endurance. Every fiery trial you walked through was shaping the metal of your majesty. Every broken dream, every delayed promise, every tear that fell unnoticed, they all became threads in the crown you now carry. It was never made of gold alone. It was woven with glory, humility, and grace. The ancient words recorded in the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 11, declare, "Hold fast to what you have, so that no one may take your crown." That is heaven's whisper to you now. Hold fast. Do not let fear steal what fire has produced. Do not allow bitterness to loosen what mercy has secured. Your crown is not ornamental, it's functional. It is authority born from endurance, favor born from faithfulness. You have earned nothing, yet you have received everything. Because grace does not operate by merit, it operates by trust. The ashes of your past no longer define you. They now decorate you. Each failure that once burned in shame now glitters with redemption. What people thought would destroy you has been repurposed by the hand of a creative God. The dust beneath your feet is holy, for it carries the residue of every battle you've won by grace. You were never meant to escape the fire. You were meant to emerge from it, transformed. That's why when people see you now, they sense something different. They can't quite describe it, but they feel it, the weight of wisdom, the quiet authority of someone who has wrestled with despair and walked away crowned in light. The crown you wear is invisible, yet undeniable. It's seen in how you speak peace into chaos, how you extend kindness where you once received cruelty, how you walk with dignity where you were once dismissed. It's the kind of crown that doesn't shimmer for applause, it shines for purpose. Heaven did not crown you to make you greater than others. It crowned you so that you could lift others. Your testimony is not a trophy, it's a torch. The crown signifies that your suffering has been sanctified. that your pain has been purified into purpose. You are not standing on victory, you are standing on transformation. Look at the journey behind you. Every loss became a lesson. Every heartbreak became a highway leading you closer to truth. You learned that beauty is not found in perfection, but in perseverance. You discovered that grace doesn't remove scars, it redeems them. And now, each scar gleams like a jewel in the crown you carry. This crowning is not loud, it's sacred. Heaven placed it upon your head in silence. In the moments no one saw, when you chose to forgive, when you chose to keep faith, when you chose love over revenge. The world crowns talent, but heaven crowns endurance. And you, chosen one, have endured. Do not be surprised if some do not understand your peace. They remember who you were, not who you've become. They still see the ashes, not realizing the beauty that grew from them. But you no longer need validation from those who misread your process. You carry heaven's validation now, and that is enough. You wear a crown not made of comfort, but of calling. Every step you take now carries the rhythm of redemption. Your life itself has become a coronation, the slow, steady unveiling of divine craftsmanship. The same head that once hung low in grief now bears the weight of glory. And though this crown is invisible, its influence is not. It attracts favor, not for your sake, but for God's glory. It opens doors that effort never could, and it silences rooms that gossip once filled. It reminds the world that heaven still honors the humble, still restores the broken, still crowns the faithful. Chosen one, your ashes have become an altar, and your life a living psalm. You are proof that death does not end God's story. You are living evidence that grace still writes in ashes and still paints with dust. Lift your head, not in pride, but in peace. You wear something sacred now, a crown born from fire, worn in humility, and guarded by heaven. Let it remind you, every time doubt whispers, that you are not who you were. You are who grace has made you. The ashes beneath you have turned to gold, and the crown above you gleams with eternal light. You are not simply restored, you are enthroned. The light has shifted again. Chosen one, you may not notice it at first. It comes softly, like morning mist curling over the mountains after a night of rain. But if you pause, you can feel it. Heaven is revealing what was once hidden. This is the hour of divine exposure. Not to shame, but to shine. Every secret plot, every whispered word, every hidden agenda that rose against you is now standing in the light. Not because you exposed it, but because truth always outlives deception. You didn't need to fight for clarity. You simply had to keep walking in honesty. And now, like the sunrise, revelation is doing what it always does, dispelling darkness without apology. As was spoken in the sacred texts of Luke, chapter 8, verse 17. For nothing is hidden that will not be revealed, nor concealed that will not be known and brought to light. That verse is not a warning for you, it's a confirmation. The masks are falling, the fog is clearing. What once seemed confusing will soon make perfect sense. God has been working behind curtains, untangling every web of deceit spun against your destiny. The exposure is not for humiliation, it's for liberation. Heaven is cleaning the stage for your next act. The truth is surfacing, and it's not loud, it's luminous. It shines through circumstance, through sudden changes, through people finally revealing who they really are. What once puzzled you now aligns perfectly with the timing of heaven. The story that seemed broken is being pieced together before your eyes. Chosen one. Don't look at this exposure with fear. Think of it as a sunrise after a long night. When light comes, shadows must flee. It's not your job to chase them away. Light does that on its own. You don't need to defend yourself. You only need to stay still enough for the truth to find its way through. Sometimes exposure means certain people quietly stepping out of your life. Don't mourn their departure. When the tide of truth rises, only those anchored in integrity remain. Every exit is divine editing. Every revelation is heaven saying, "You've outgrown this chapter." Not, "You've spent years wondering why you had to lose so much to find peace. Now you'll see why." Every hidden conversation that turned against you, every false alliance that drained your spirit, is being exposed so that only what's authentic can stay. You are being surrounded not by quantity, but by quality. The counterfeit is leaving so the covenant can enter, and as this light moves through your life, let it move through your heart as well. Exposure doesn't only happen around you, it happens within you. God is gently showing you parts of yourself that still need healing, motives that still need refining, emotions that still need rest. This too is love. Divine exposure is not judgment, it's alignment. Heaven reveals what it plans to redeem. Picture it, your life as a garden at dawn. The light touches every leaf, revealing dew on petals and weeds in corners. It's not condemnation, it's cultivation. God reveals to restore, not to reject. So when things surface, don't panic. Let the light do its work. Truth is never your enemy, it's your escort into freedom. As you listen to these words, if your spirit feels seen, if your heart feels both convicted and comforted, that's heaven whispering. I'm not exposing you to embarrass you, I'm exposing you to expand you. The weight that once suffocated you is lifting. The truth, even when painful, is setting you free. And if this message resonates, let it echo. Press like as a small act of gratitude, not for me, but for the God who reveals to redeem. Share this word as a lantern passed forward. There is someone wandering through confusion who needs to see what you now understand. And when you comment below, speak light. Write a few words about what truth has taught you, how the unveiling has made you stronger, how peace feels when it's finally honest. Your comment might be the key that unlocks another heart trapped in silence. Because this isn't just a post, it's a mirror. When you engage, you're not feeding an algorithm, you're joining a chorus of the awakened. You are part of a movement that believes truth is holy and exposure is mercy. The dawn has come. Chosen one. The light has found you faithful. Stand still and watch how everything that was hidden begins to shimmer in divine clarity. No more pretending. No more confusion. No more darkness. The truth has come to stay, and it wears your peace like a crown. The time of unveiling has passed, and now begins the rise. You can feel the weight of it, not heaviness, but gravity. The air carries a different tone around you. Chosen one, heaven has finished its cleansing work, and now the rhythm of your destiny beats louder. You have been shaped, sharpened, and sanctified for this moment. You are stepping fully into who you were, always meant to be the rise of the redeemed. You are not the same soul who once cried for validation. You are not the wounded wanderer who begged for closure. That person has become memory. In their place stands a royal priesthood clothed in light and authority. The pain that once bent your shoulders has been replaced by purpose that lifts them. You walk differently now, not because you are proud, but because you are whole. Heaven has always had a pattern. Before the rise, there is refinement. Before revelation, there is resistance. You endured both, and now you walk in reward. The oil of your anointing did not come cheaply. It dripped through seasons of sorrow, through days of silence, through battles only heaven saw. And yet, not one tear was wasted. Every drop has become evidence of endurance, now turned into strength. The Apostle wrote to the Galatians, chapter 6, verse 9, "Let us not grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." This is that proper time. You are not simply reaping results, you are reaping revelation. Every lesson has matured you. Every disappointment has refined your discernment. You have learned when to speak and when to stay silent, when to move and when to wait. The wisdom you carry now cannot be taught in comfort. It was forged in battle and sealed by faith. Look around. The world you once feared to face now feels smaller. Not because it has changed, but because you have grown. You have learned to see differently. You no longer chase affirmation, you walk in alignment. You no longer crave applause, you crave accuracy with heaven. The noise that once distracted you can no longer reach you. You have risen above it. Your rise is quiet but undeniable. You are not rising like a rocket, fast and flashy, but like a mountain, steady, immovable, ancient in purpose. The higher you rise, the fewer voices can breathe at your altitude. Don't mistake the thinning crowd for loneliness. It's preparation. Some people cannot survive the oxygen of destiny. This rise is not about status, it's about stewardship. Heaven lifts only those who can carry weight without losing worship. And you, chosen one, have proven trustworthy. When others compromised for comfort, you clung to conviction. When others gave up at delay, you dug deeper in prayer. Now heaven entrusts you with visibility, not to glorify you, but to amplify His name through you. As you ascend, you will notice divine reversals around you. Those who once pitied you will now seek your wisdom. The same hands that turned away may extend again, but you will not hold resentment. Grace has matured you beyond vengeance. You will respond with peace. And in doing so, you will reveal what redemption looks like when it walks. This is not a temporary rise. It is a permanent repositioning. You are stepping into a realm of influence where your words carry weight because they were tested in fire. You will speak, and hearts will soften. You will act, and peace will follow. This is the fruit of being redeemed, the ability to move with authority and tenderness at once. And though your journey has been long, it is far from over. The rise of the redeemed is not a destination, it's a continual unfolding. Each step forward will reveal another layer of who you are and another dimension of what God has prepared. You are now living proof that resurrection is not an event, it is a lifestyle. Chosen one. You no longer fear the fall, because you've already survived it. You no longer dread the dark, because you've already learned to glow in it. You are free from the need to explain yourself. free from the wounds that once defined you, free to simply be. This rise is gentle but glorious. You won't need to announce it. Heaven will echo it. You won't need to chase it. It's already carrying you. You are the rise. You are the evidence. You are the reflection of grace triumphant over grief. So, walk forward, not as a survivor of the past, but as a steward of redemption. You are living in fulfillment. Now, the prophecy has become presence, and as heaven watches, earth will witness the unfolding of a life that refused to quit until it became light. The redeemed have risen, and among them, you shine. The air feels different now. Chosen one. The storm has passed, but its memory still hums softly in the distance, a faint reminder of the war you once fought, the tears you once shed, and the valleys you once crossed. Yet when you look around, everything has changed. The sky seems wider, the ground steadier, the silence holier. This is not the same silence you once feared. This is peace. Heaven's kind of peace, the kind that follows divine completion. You are standing at the edge of fulfillment, in the calm after the fire. Every fragment of your journey, the laughter, the betrayal, the waiting, the breaking has been gathered by the hand of a faithful God and woven into something breathtaking. You have entered the season the prophets spoke of, glory after the storm. Glory is not always golden. Sometimes it glows in subtlety. It appears in your laughter, returning naturally. In your sleep, becoming peaceful again. In the way your heart now trusts without trembling. Glory is the evidence of restoration. It is the invisible fragrance of redemption, the quiet radiance that follows those who have endured and come out purified, as the prophet Haggai once declared. Chapter 2, verse 9. The glory of this latter house shall be greater than the former, says the Lord of hosts, and in this place I will give peace. And now, peace surrounds you, not the fragile peace of human agreement, but the enduring peace of divine alignment. You no longer chase explanations, because you've met understanding himself. You no longer beg for clarity, because your eyes have adjusted to divine light. What used to hurt now holds meaning. What once confused now makes sense. The laughter of heaven now mingles with yours. You are no longer laughing through tears, you are laughing through triumph. This is sacred laughter, born not from mockery, but from marvel. You laugh because you finally see what God was doing all along. Every closed door, every delay, every detour was leading you here to the place of promise. Realized, this glory is not loud. It doesn't need an audience. It radiates quietly from within you, felt more than seen, steady and sure. You don't need to announce that you've changed. Your peace speaks it. You don't need to prove that you've grown. Your gentleness reveals it. You don't need to seek attention. Favor finds you wherever you stand. You have become the living embodiment of grace after grief. The same mouth that once cried out in despair now sings softly of deliverance. The same hands that once trembled under burden now create, heal, and bless. The same eyes that once searched for signs now see the fingerprints of God in everything. Chosen one. Heaven's restoration is not about returning you to who you were. It's about revealing who you were always meant to be. You are not merely repaired, you are reborn. The fire didn't return you to your old form. It refined you into something new, something luminous, something unbreakable. The days ahead will not be without challenges, but you will face them differently. You will not approach them as the fearful one trying to survive, but as the crowned one sent to shine. The authority you now carry is not borrowed, it's inherited. You are walking in the legacy of the redeemed, those who have seen the storm, survived it, and now serve as lighthouses for others still lost in the waves. Your story will continue to speak long after this season ends, not through noise, but through example. Every act of kindness you give, every word of wisdom you share, every moment you choose peace over pride becomes another ripple of glory spreading through the world. You are heaven's echo in human form, the sound of grace reverberating through time. And when you look back, you will not see destruction, you will see design. The things that once felt like endings will reveal themselves as entrances. The roads that seemed barren will bloom beneath your feet. The laughter that once mocked you will fade, but your joy will endure. This is the full circle of the chosen. They suffer, they surrender, they rise, and then they shine not for applause, but for purpose. You have become the reflection of a promise fulfilled, a vessel carrying proof that God's anger lasts only a moment, but His favor lasts a lifetime. So breathe deeply now. The air is clear. The path is open. The season of sorrow has completed its assignment. You walk not as a survivor of storms, but as the steward of glory. Heaven has marked this moment in your story as one of divine completion. The laughter of your enemies has ended. The laughter of heaven resounds. And in between the two, your voice rises steady, redeemed, radiant. The storm has passed, but its echo remains as testimony. You endured, and you emerged glorious. The story has reached its resting point, chosen one. But your journey continues. What began in pain has ended in purpose. You've walked through fire, through silence, through laughter that wasn't kind, and still, you stand clothed in light. This isn't the end of your story. It's the beginning of your shining. If these words have spoken to your soul, pause and let gratitude rise within you. Then press like, not as a reaction, but as an act of worship, a way of saying, I have heard, and I believe. Share this message so that another weary heart might find its way home through the same truth that found you. And when you comment, let it come from the depth of your spirit. Write what this journey has awakened in you, your victories, your revelations, your hope. Your words could be the confirmation someone else has been praying for. Finally, if you have walked this far with me, stay connected. Subscribe not for routine, but for renewal, so that when the next word from heaven arrives, it finds you ready. Together, we carry this light forward. One story, one heart, one chosen soul at a time.